points leader, the 2020 champ. He puts another one on the board. Eli Tomac wins the 450 main in Anaheim.
I was just pumped, dude. Like, switching to a new team, like, I mean, beforehand, right? You run all the scenarios through your head, like, you know, am I making the right decision? You know, what's going to be better? Can I make this better? Big risk, right? That way I felt like, but I felt like I should take the risk upon myself and do it. So, like, that celebration, that feeling, it was almost like it was like my first win again, the feeling of it last week. Like, going across the finish line, it was just huge sigh of relief getting that first win, man. Just because I felt like there's definitely like one side of the fence that's questioning us and the decision, right? And especially at this point in my career, this late in my career, like, why would he do that when he had that much success elsewhere? And that was like, dude, the pressure relief valve that went off of me.
No, never any doubt. As a matter of fact, I ordered red plates for him preseason.
And there's a lot of people started talking shit when you made this move. And I guess my question is, are you happy with this move now? I mean,
yeah,
at first,
I have, yes, dude. I mean, Anaheim won, yeah, I probably looked like a Joe, you know? Like, it was the wrong way, but everything before that was good, and now it's good. And it feels right.
You're in a good spot.
Yeah.
One of the greatest.
Who?
Eli Tomac. He's one of the greatest riders.
Why is he one of the greatest?
He's been doing this thing for so long. He's so consistent with what he does, and, you know, hammer down.
You respect him?
I definitely respect the whole family.
Yeah, our expectations with Eli are, I think they're always to win, but I mean, you have to be realistic too when you get on a completely new bike and on a new team. There's going to be a few kinks to work out. You know? And for us, it was just getting his chassis a little bit more dialed in the first couple rounds, and then the clutch and the start execution. We did a lot of work on that those first 3 rounds and kept improving. And now I feel like we're in a good spot to kind of really go racing now.
After he wins the race, do you guys celebrate? What do you guys do as a family? What happens?
Well, normally we just come back to the coach, hang out, and then, well, it depends what's going on. But
Yeah.
we got to do this 17 times. We can't get too crazy at round 4.
Okay, good answer.
Eli's a gnarly dude. Hell, man, I've known Eli since he was 5 years old, like riding little mini bikes. He's a gnarly dude then. His dad's a gnarly dude. Like, he was brought up to be a gnarly dude, right? Obviously, getting the red plate's badass, because red plates are just badass in general.
Rolling out for qualifier 1. Now's the time to throw it on a time. Like, we just had free practice earlier, and now we're like in the one that matters. Yeah, this gives us our gate pay.
Qualifying's over.
P2, man. Well, first one I was fast. I was P1, shred. I was the early guy to do the quad god today. And yeah, man, it was tough. But we were faster again in P2, but Dylan got me by a couple tenths, so it's good, man. Teammates on top. Dragon's tough tonight. Like, that practice, what we're trying to do is jump off the second step from the top, right? And then you miss the top one completely. But sometimes you'll clip your front end and get a little front end, little bounce. It's a little bit sketch.
Everything's been going pretty smooth between us. We get along pretty good. So I think that's the first step in having success with a rider is working together.
Do you talk to him about riding, or you just stay on the bike?
I mean, he's a veteran, right? He knows how to ride. He knows what to do. So my job is just working with the team and getting him comfortable.
Engines are pretty close to the same. Eli's is a little bit different. He's pretty hard on the power. He likes it full blown all the time, and Dylan likes it a little more calmed down.
Describe his ride style.
Nice. Just manhandles the bike, it seems. Just muscles that thing around.
Dude, Tomac, he's obviously, always fast. he kind of keeps to himself. You know, he's kind of a secretive guy. You don't know what he's got going on, but he's a legend for a reason because he's fast and he makes it happen a lot of times.
Is he one of the best guys you've ever raced?
Yeah.
These are some deep questions, Barsha.
No, I like it. Like, yeah. No, I respect him as a racer 100%, and he's a strong competitor.
I like racing Eli. He races clean, fair. I like it.
We've had the greatest battles, and I feel like we've been on top of our game for many years now, so I got nothing but respect for the guy.
You know, usually on those nights that he's on, and it's hard for anybody to beat him, but you know, for the most part, we've done some good battling for sure.
That dude, whenever he's behind you, you can hear it because that dude is wide open, hanging off the clutch. And sometimes I watch him ride and I'm like, like that's got to be so stressful how he does it sometimes. He's been in it too, you know, like it's not like he gets like hurt or anything like that. Like he stays in the game, you know, race after race, year after year. So it's pretty damn impressive.
You had great rivalries like back in the day, you know, with Ricky and Stu and Chad and Stu, and you know, there's all these great people that battled each other, and I feel like me and Eli we're kind of like these two, you know, for a while now. So it's freaking awesome.
You got the whole family on the road these days, huh?
Full crew to this one.
Yeah.
It's because we drove. Like flying's a nightmare, but we drove from Cali to here, so dude, it's just chaos.
He just ate potatoes.
What's his name?
Noah.
Tell me about Noah.
Noah is 4 months. He has 2 teeth already. He's definitely his dad's son, that's for sure. Very spoiled rotten. Has to be held 24/7.
How does Noah like Supercross to it?
Loves it. Y'all saw him on the podium the other weekend. Really liked it. This one, on the other hand.
And then what's your name?
Lab.
Who's just like Eli. That's so
That is
crazy.
Eli's twin.
We got the black eye.
Yep.
Gotta hit the floor, you know, a couple times, right?
So, Kathy, how's the grandma life?
Loving it, loving it.
And then how is it with all these kids on the road? How's
Love it. It's
How's
so
the
much
dynamic?
fun. It's so cool.
That's where he was.
Christian said, check out the right side of the whoops. What's that?
I had 3 minutes to load that 250.
Oh, really?
Wow. Fire him up, guys. Fire him up.
Head forward. Run it in. You got this.
Wow, whoa. Eli Tomac. What a jump out of the gate, Ricky. And he started the season with some issues on the start. Said he worked on it, cleaned it up. You think he cleaned it up?
Oh, certainly did. He came out firing. He timed that gate drop perfectly.
Tomac out front, who has won more Triple Crowns than anybody.
Talk about Eli Tomac. He's said it so many years, feeling the front flow, and he's definitely doing that. You just watch him, and it's just like he's hitting his marks. He comes out firing every single time he is on the track.
He won his first 450 Supercross in this building. In 2022, he's looking to be the first rider to go back-to-back, but this is just the start of his night. Race 1 in the books. Eli Tomac wins first in Glendale.
One down.
One down, 2 to go.
Yeah, that's the way we want to go, man. Rip the whole shot, lead the race. Boom. Remember, head forward, run it in again. Another nasty track. Got it. Let's go.
takes the lead. Jason Anderson second.
Never seen him look this easy at any race, really. He just looks like it's Sunday cruise.
He's up 4.6 seconds.
I'm telling you how impressed I am with Eli Tomac.
Grabbed the whole shot, checked out, and he won again. Eli Tomac wins race 2 of the night.
Yeah, man.
2 down, 1 to go.
We're gonna do it.
How you feeling?
I'm shredding. Like my tires feel like I'm like cat on a carpet, dude. Just yeah. That's it.
I like that.
Race 3 of the 450 division is off. Well, Tomac up the inside.
Oh, look, Malcolm tried to get up in there too. Perfect. Now you go for start looking at the points right here. This is what I'm looking at. Eli Tomac, good position. Malcolm Stewart.
So if you're Eli Tomac, Ricky, do you go for the win? You try to sweep it?
He knows where he needs to be to get the overall win, to pad that points lead in the championship as well.
Makes the move on Malcolm Stewart into second. We are halfway through this race. Tomac rips around the outside. Here comes Anderson, though. And for Eli Tomac, this would be the first back-to-back win since 2020. And he gets it done. His 39th career victory in Monster Energy Supercross.
Took a chance, dude. To the strictly Tomac the other day.
Yeah.
And dude, you pulled it hard.
Dude, we did it. We're vibing. It's good.
How you feeling, dude? Take me through the night, man.
Just like the whole night was good. I mean, yeah, I didn't get the last photo, but first 2, put the work in, executed the starts. It felt good.
The last one, did you sort of let off? Just get the overall?
I mean, yeah, I wanted to stay in front, but I wasn't going to take unnecessary risk at the same time. Do the point spread. The 2 up front, Chase and Jason were riding really fast, but I put my big effort in 1 and 2.
Welcome back, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. Hi, I'm James Collado.
Ciao, sono Alessandro Pierguidi.
Je suis Comme Le Dogard, pilote professionnel.
Ferrari Competizioni GT.
And I drive the AF Corsa 51 race car. So I was starting the race. This is something which, as a driver, you get a lot of pressure, especially the Le Mans 24-hour. You've got thousands of people watching you in the grandstands. You've got the whole team at Ferrari relying on you to start the race and make sure that the car gets around on the first lap. And this year was particularly different. We had wet weather and it started to rain. But once I crossed the start line, it was game on. The track became extremely wet and visibility was almost zero. It was a very nerve-wracking moment. The Corvette actually got into the lead and started to pull away, and I think this was mainly down to the tyre compound that we had. We had a harder tyre compound, they had a softer one. And from experience, we know that the harder compound starts to get better lap by lap. Because of the slippery tarmac, we didn't have the best first hour of our 24-hour Le Mans, but we knew we could recover. As we expected, the tyres came up to temperature and we were able to manage the gap and actually start to catch the Corvette. So the track was starting to dry out and we started to catch the Corvette, and right at the very end of the stint, I managed to make an overtake.
You're doing a great job, mate.
Verso la fine della terza ora si stava preparando il momento di salire in vettura e mi stavo vestendo per dare il cambio a James. Durante i momenti in cui ci si prepara è sempre un momento un po' particolare, specialmente la prima volta che si sale in vettura durante le 24 ore, quindi bisogna essere molto concentrati, sei un po' freddo, è il momento dove sei un pochino più teso. Poi è più semplice le altre volte che ci si prepara perché tu sei già caldo, hai già guidato, ma la prima volta che si sale in vettura è quella sempre che richiede più concentrazione ed è il momento in cui si è sempre un po' più nervoso, specialmente in una gara molto importante come la 24 ore di Le Mans e sapendo che la vettura è in un'ottima posizione.
Siamo in P2, attaccati alla 52.
Dopo che James ha superato la Corvette durante i suoi turni di guida, sono salito in vettura e ho iniziato a spingere forte per cercare di chiudere il gap con la vettura gemella, la numero 52. Generalmente tra vetture gemelle dello stesso team si cerca di evitare la bagarre, quindi essendo più veloce ho chiesto il permesso di superarla.
Alla ripartenza invertiremo le posizioni, tu passerai la 52.
Quando mi è stato accordato ho superato la 52 e ho continuato col mio ritmo. Una volta terminate le 2 ore, più o meno in vettura, è arrivato il mio momento di entrare al pit per la seconda volta e quindi cedere il volante a Com.
So I was starting the race, and this year was particularly different. I managed to make an overtake.
Sono salito in vettura e ho iniziato a spingere forte.
Je me rappelle de quand Amato Ferrari m'a appelé pour m'annoncer que je serais sur la 51 aux 24 heures du Mans. Et c'était un moment assez spécial parce que c'est l'objectif d'une vie et d'un pilote. Pour moi, de prendre un relais tout de suite derrière Alessandro était un moment assez spécial et sympa parce que j'ai fait quelques courses avec lui, j'ai toujours pris beaucoup de plaisir à rouler avec lui et on se connaît bien et c'était, je pense, le bon ordre pour commencer mon premier relais. Le premier relais est assez spécial parce que c'est celui où il faut rester très concentré, prendre un peu la température sur le rythme, continuer de pousser, mais où une erreur est facile à faire, que ce soit dans le trafic.
You're faster than everyone else.
Garder la distance avec la Corvette était un exercice de 24 heures où il fallait rester très performant en évitant les pièges et bien réfléchir avant de monter dans la voiture à la quantité d'attaques à mettre en piste pour pas détruire la voiture et voir le drapeau d'amis.
We are leading now with a good gap. I will update later.
Tour après tour, je vois arriver la fin de mon relais et la fin de la luminosité.
Racing in the night in Le Mans is one of the most mentally demanding things I've ever done. It's very, very tough. The visibility is very low, especially when the temperatures drop. We get the fog come in over the track. Not only that, you're super tired. You've already done 3 to 4 hours prior to starting in the night. And I remember in this race, I was doing 300 kilometers per hour down the main straight at Mulsanne, and all of a sudden there was an LMP2 stuck in the middle of the track. I went past, missed it by a few centimeters, which puts into perspective how dangerous racing in Le Mans in the night can be.
Slow zone 3 is active. Slow zone 3 is active from Tertre Rouge to first chicane.
So once we receive the information from our engineer that there's a slow zone, it's actually surprisingly more stressful than you think. It's a strange feeling because you start to think, and when you start to think, you start to worry. My 2-hour stint had finished and I boxed from first position. At this moment, I jumped out the car and passed it to Alessandro. So primarily you need to just eat as much as you can, drink as much as you can, and sleep as much as possible.
Durante la notte ci sono stati parecchi periodi di neutralizzazione con la safety car e abbiamo utilizzato questi periodi dove si procede a bassa velocità per riutilizzare le gomme per il doppio stint.
We're going to double stint these tires if everything is fine.
Alla fine delle slow zone ho sempre cercato di spingere forte per aumentare il gap con la Corvette che ci inseguiva sempre molto da vicino.
Ale, bravissimo, stint magnifico.
C'était enfin mon tour de prendre la voiture pendant la nuit. Et c'est toujours une épreuve difficile parce qu'il faut avoir ses repères qu'on prend pendant la journée pour être performant dès le premier tour. Jusqu'à l'arrivée de la pluie où tout a été très très compliqué. Beaucoup de voitures dans les murs, dans les bacs. Il a fallu passer à travers, ça a été très très compliqué.
So when the sun comes up in Le Mans, it's known as what's called the golden hour. It's the golden hour because this is when the lap times are the quickest, the temperatures are normally at their coolest, but visibility is also at their hardest. So it's a time to push hard because it's coming to the close end of the race, let's say, but at the same time it's super, super important not to make mistakes due to the bad visibility from the sun.
It's crazy to think in the last 2 or 3 years how this has exploded.
I'm Brendan Lee. I'm David Tonizza. And I'm a Scuderia Ferrari eSports driver.
Kamil Podlowski, you are a champion. You are the best driver in the Ferrari eSports series. He has tears in his eyes. That's how much it means to the young Polish driver.
So this year represents the dedication of Ferrari. We've gone from being the FDA team all the way up to the Scuderia team. So it really shows the amount of enthusiasm behind the scenes going on here.
It's amazing to be part of the Scuderia Ferrari family, especially because it's not just a team, but it's a whole family, and I'm very proud and glad to be part of it.
Joining the Ferrari team was something that I tried to achieve past 2 years, and I finally succeed, so I'm looking forward for the journey.
I'm glad to be part of the esports generation, and doing it with Ferrari, it's something even more exceptional.
March 4th, 1933. In Washington, Franklin D. Roosevelt is sworn in as president. He pledges to lead America out of the Great Depression in his inaugural address.
So first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
1987, also in Washington, President Ronald Reagan takes responsibility for the Iran-Contra affair. He acknowledges his administration's overtures to Tehran deteriorated into an arms-for-hostages deal.
A few months ago, I told the American people I did not trade arms for hostages. My heart and my best intentions still tell me that's true, but the facts and the evidence tell me it is not.
And 1902, birth of the AAA, as the American Automobile Association is founded in Chicago. Today in History, March 4th. David Melendi, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,